Hey, folks. Let's talk a bit more about what in the actual flub happened yesterday. Proctor allegedly admitted himself into the loony bin because, first of all, if you are having a mental health crisis, you should absolutely contact your nearest mental health facility. Definitely. Regardless, if Proctor really has a mental health issue, go to the mental health stuff near you. What you don't do is go there and then tell your attorney. You call your attorney on the way there. Yeah. So that your attorney is prepared. So that attorney immediately can contact and do the right thing. Now, apparently, when it comes to Proctor, the documentation provided to the court was essentially bullshit. And the court didn't buy it. And the court gave Karen Reed's attorneys, yeah, we will start tomorrow morning. And after a brief discussion, they decided we have to postpone. And that caught a lot of people's reactions. And mine as well. I mean, my initial was, say what now? And I thought to myself, okay, there's a few alternatives here. Karen Reed wants Alan Jackson to be the person who deposits Proctor for obvious reasons. Alan Jackson have rattled Proctor before, and he will do it again. Also, Karen Reed and Alan Jackson go years back with, in this case. So obviously, she trusts him. Also, she calls the shots. Ultimately, the client calls the shots, not the strategy or the facts, but overall, the client calls the shots. So the entire Monday gone, which he flew in for. Monday and maybe parts of Tuesday as well. So beginning Tuesday would have meant, well, we don't know when he was planning on returning, because Alan Jackson has more clients than Karen Reed. Many more. So they concluded, okay, maybe. But then again, you can start the deposition and then, okay, we will meet at the next available time. So it is still a bit strange to me. Other theories I've seen is, well, there's been a lot coming out regarding the Sallyport video. People have analyzed it thoroughly, and some claims is that it has been altered. Not just that it was in reverse, but otherwise altered. I don't think that would be the reason, because then you just call for a new deposition if new facts arises. So this, and the third one was, maybe they slot in Colin Albert today, because according to Colin Albert's filings, he has a 13-day window, and then he is off with the army because he decided to join the army. I don't know how that kid with no brains and bad liar would ever. Wait a minute, maybe he's a good soldier after all. I'm joking, folks. I'm joking. No, I don't. It seems like as soon as a crucial witness is about to be deposed, poof, let's disappear. Which is interesting in this case because this is the McAlberts who brought this case against Karen Read, the wrongful death. So, what's up? So, what actually happened yesterday is something we probably only can speculate unless the Karen Read team decides to tell us. Now, personally, my vote is for they wanted Proctor in all in one go. Having him just a half day and then the rest on 3 weeks later wasn't an option. They want him there a full day initially, not just a couple of hours, a full day, 8 to 5, full day, as long as he can go. Because that is, in my opinion, when you put pressure on people like Proctor, they will break. You see it sometimes when in police interrogations. If a person is interrogated for several hours, if they not in the folks, hold on, not in the sense of the so-called read technique, where you have zero evidence and lie to the person until that person breaks psychologically, or often a person who is vulnerable to begin with. This is an entirely different setting with Trooper Proctor. They have his texts. They have the evidence. They have what they need to get him to fall into his own traps. They will make him dig his own holes, and then they will close the trap repeatedly, over and over and over again. So even though they had the opportunity to have Tuesday to do this, they wanted specifically Alan Jackson to have a whole day to begin with. And also to answer those who say, hey, why didn't they just allow the extension then? Because they wanted the decision from the judge. They might have been surprised by this decision, but they still wanted a decision on paper, because then you know what rules to play by. And the judge, in this case, has set some really narrow rules going forward for what is accepted. So even though it might have been handled better, I do believe that my theory here is more correct. They wanted Alan Jackson to have a whole day with Trooper Proctor. And they wanted the decision on paper from the judge. That way, they can apply this to everybody else who tries to sneak out of a deposition. That's my theory. If you agree with me, put it in the comments. If you don't agree with me and thinks I'm a jerk off, say so in the comments. I'm a big boy, I can take it. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, and I will see you all in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.